So hello everyone, welcome here to the Daytona International Speedway for the final round of the IRC Jesse SuperSpeedway Dash, the Daytona 125 from the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. I am Josh Mertz, bringing you the commentary feed for the Automotive Sports Network, as this broadcast is brought to you by D Designs. If you have any design inquiry for iRacing or any other of your racing ventures, contact Patricio Esteban on iRacing forums, or go to facebook.com/DaycoDesigns for more and all information. So, cars are sitting here on pit lane, and we actually caught them here as they are starting to roll off. So let's go through the starting grid. On pole is Jordan Buster and Justin Melillo on the front row. Row 2 has Chris Overland and Thomas Hitch. Row 3, Jeff Johnson and Jeffrey McClintock. Row 4, Corey Carpenter and Mike Campbell. Row 5, Tanner Smith and Brandon Lawson. Row 6, Andrew Hardcastle and Malik Ray. Row 7, Josh Moyers and Bronson Stafford. Row 8, Cosmin Ionescu and Jesse Barbieri. Row 9, Kyle Riley and Mike Tellier. Row 10, Dylan Schultz and Matt Muir. Row 11, Vincent Furlong and Nick Dawson. Row 12, Adam Simons and Carson Clements. Row 13, Doug Denice and Dylan Poteet. Row 14, Tyler Clayball and Matt Wishart. Row 15, Gabe Herschel and Hezzy Hardy. Row 16 has Spencer Rurik and Warren Rosario. Row 17, John Poole III and Andrew Schwartz. Row 18, Kevin Dwight and Matt Kemp. Row 19, Mark Sabetka and Jake Fisher. And rounding out the field on the final row of the grid, Brian Mercurio and Xander Clements. So, the cars making their way down the back straightaway here for a 50-lap race here at the Daytona International Speedway. Getting ready to go for the final race of the Jesse SuperSpeedway Dash Series, but however, Jesse Barbieri still has expressed interest in organizing special events in the future. So, look in the news to see if he has a race going on that you can join, as whenever he has races, they seem to be quite a big hit, as he is one of the more liked people in all of racing. So here we go. The Pontiac Grand Prix pace car is going to make that hard left turn and going to unleash 40 beasts to go 200 miles an hour here at the Daytona International Speedway. Glad you can join us here in the Automotive Sports Network. So here we go. Pace car to pit road. Buster and Melillo lead us down to the green flag as we are underway here at Daytona. You see already Chris Overland in the 47 dropping to the bottom to let everyone by. He doesn't want to get into the mess too early. Buster in turn number 1. Outside is Justin Melillo in car 53. That's a different car to what he normally drives. He normally drives number 31. Side by side, Buster trying to hold the lead off of corner number 2 and down the backstretch for the first time. Car on the apron, the AutoZone car, I believe that's Moyers, as down the backstretch here. Buster trying to get a run on the bottom groove behind, that's Thomas Hitch behind Melillo, as off of corner number 4 for the first time here at Talladega. Let's see who will lead the first lap of the race. Coming down to the line, it looks like it's going to be Melillo by a car length over Jordan Buster, as Thomas Hitch has car 16. That is Jeffrey McClintock in the Red Bull Ford. Behind him, a bunch of Red Bull cars in this race, and they're all spectacular, I must say. As side by side, that is Mike Campbell with Jeff Johnson, as he quite a controversial sponsor on Campbell's car that I don't want to mention, but you see the logo on it anyway. Down the back straightaway, Melillo leads. There's a couple cars hanging out in back. Let's have a look in the back of the pack. There's Rurik in a Dodge, Xander Clements. All these drivers are waiting for the carnage to happen, as they know it probably will happen here at Daytona. Melillo leads, and then it's Hitch in car 77, followed by McClintock. That's your top 3 here on lap number 3 of 50 here at Daytona. Let's bring up the timing and scoring box here. 50-lap race here at Daytona, as we're going to go back here in the field a little bit. Malik Ray, car 05, Brandon Lawson, Corey Carpenter, as they're having a nice scrap here. From the helicopter, Tanner Smith drops to the inside, trying to pass Corey Carpenter. The top 5, nope. Johnson side by side with Buster, so the top 4 single file on the top groove 23 of Campbell looking underneath McClintock, but he doesn't have any help. Carpenter goes to the outside, leaving Johnson alone, a car length back from Tanner Smith. As I believe car number 61, let's go back here, take a look, that's Dylan Schultz, Jesse Barbieri on the outside, 3 wide with Johnson, Malik Ray, and Tanner Smith already. Oh, Johnson, don't panic, that wouldn't be good. 3 wide here on lap number 4. That's Campbell on the inside as he's going to drop back. He knows something's going to happen. He knows something is going to happen. 4 wide for a moment with the car on the apron as this is getting crazy, and we just are on lap number 4 here at Daytona. As the cars roar past the camera in corner number 3, Ray behind Carpenter. As Melillo still leads, as Nick Dawson peeking out from behind, I believe that's Schultz in the middle of the pack. As we're going to go in the back of the field here, that is Moyers, as he dropped completely to the back. We're going to work our way. Here's Tyler Claybaugh, Chris Overland, who started in the 3rd position, Jake Fisher, John Poole, Gabe Herschel. It looks like I have another car dropping to the inside. That's Mike Campbell, as he's dropping further back, and that's really a smart idea. As making our way towards the front of the field here. The lead still hasn't changed. It's still Melillo, as you see the 2 Pepsi Max cars that are inspired from the V8 supercars working their way up. I believe that's Sabetka with Riley. No, it's Muir, excuse me. It seems like those 3 have the identical cars. Cosman Ionescu, I can't help but notice those cars. No, they don't have the same number font. Never mind. As the inside groove really making a charge now with Tanner Smith. They're past Buster, or at least he's flush with Buster going through 1 and 2. And now he's got a better run to try and get by Jeffrey McClintock down the back straightaway. See if this will happen here. As halfway down the super stretch past the bus stop. And into corner number 3, it looks like they lost ground, the bottom groove did, on Buster, as the top 3 are all alone up on the outside. But now in the corners, they really dig and get side by side with them, as Muir behind Ionescu. That could have ended in tears, as Thomas Hitch still P2 behind Justin Melillo here on lap number 6 at Daytona. Everything relatively calm here so far. It's nice to see. We don't want a wreck fest within the first 5 laps of a race. We've gotten 7 laps in, and it's relatively calm. From the helicopter, Tanner Smith making ground. He's side by side with Jeffrey McClintock, and he's trying to get to Hitch and Melillo. Those 2 are trying to tandem away. 4 cars, as you got a little bump drafting going on between McClintock and Jordan Buster. Stack up with Carpenter and Ray. It looks like an accordion with Jeff Johnson. I believe that's Brandon Lawson. And the 20 car, let's take a look, of Bronson Stafford, as they're side by side to about P20, and then it's single file from there. Carson Clements in car 25, car 29, Dylan Poteet, Warren Rosario, Matt Kemp, Kevin Dwight, Andrew Schwartz. You see it's a pack of 20 cars, and then they're single file trying not to lose the draft, as the draft is obviously a key part here at Daytona in a plate race. So anyway, they have caught up. Tanner Smith has caught up with Justin Melillo as they're side by side. They were in turn 2 at least, but now he's side by side with Hitch. And down the backstretch, looks like it's going to be 3 wide. I misjudged a little bit, excuse me. Side by side, now 3 wide with the 2 Pepsi Max cars. And that in the middle is Ionescu in the 96. That is Andrew Hardcastle. Now we're getting racy here on lap number 8, trying to make their way to the front of the field, as Tanner Smith led that lap by 2/100ths of a second. Now we're getting racy here, 3 wide with Barbieri in the middle. We have a Red Bull car. I couldn't see what it was, as through turns 1 and 2, the bottom has the run now, and it's Tanner Smith leading this field, as Spencer Rearick has dropped further back away from the pack. He knows something catastrophic is going to happen here at Daytona. We are nearly 1/5 through the race here, as they're going 192 miles an hour. I anticipated higher speeds, but I think the aerodynamic package was a bit tweaked during practice because the speeds were too high. Coming down to the line to complete lap number 9, it's going to be at the line. Melillo got it, I believe. Will timing and scoring update? He got it by 2/100ths of a second. Timing and scoring doesn't like to update instantaneously. All of my timing and scoring things don't like to update, it seems. As Wishart... Oh, contact! We got a wreck in corner number 2! Around is Ray, as the field is accordioning. A couple cars around, no real damage. Simons, I believe, in the 83, upside down, the 07 of... Let's see who that is. Once my cameras decide to pan. Gabe Herschel. So caution is out here on lap number 10, as many cars use the bus stop for fun of it. So caution is out here at Daytona. So let's take another look at what just happened here in the Daytona 125 for the JSSD, the Jesse Superspeedway Dash Series. So we're going to roll it back here on the replay, and it looks like they were 3 wide with Ray and Jeff Johnson. So we're going to roll it in slow motion here. And they were bumping and grinding here. And I believe that's Ionescu. He gave him a bump. And then he accordioned to Jeff Johnson. And he slid. And a car sideways at Daytona isn't a good idea. That's Simons getting turned around. Barbieri getting turned around. And it just, everyone panics. And there's varying levels of finding the brake pedal in this wreck. As I believe that most of the drivers... If a couple of them hit the brakes, they would have been perfectly fine, but that's debatable. So that's really what happened here on lap number 10, as a varying level of brake pedal awareness caused this accident. So here we are, getting ready for the restart. On lap 13, they will take lap 14, and after pit stops, Matt Muir is leading the race with Corey Carpenter and Jeffrey McClintock, your top 3. Carson Clements looks like he's having a little bit of an issue not being able to get in line. Not sure about that. Pace car to pit road. Matt Muir will lead us down to the green flag. Single file restart on the outside. We are back racing on lap 14 here at Daytona. Wishart drops to the inside already, trying to get a good run. Outside is Jake Fisher, as caution out already here at Daytona, and we have a wreck on the front straightaway. So let's take a look at what just happened on the restart here at Daytona. So we're rolling it back here. It looks like a couple drivers had an issue on the restart. So we're going to roll it here. And looks like contact. It looks like an accordioned. Barbieri, Furlong, Clements, Kemp, and around goes Campbell in the 23 car. And then everyone, once again, varying levels of brake pedal efficiency caused this very unnecessary accident with Doug Nice nearly flipping over, but a good save. As that's all it was, just people not finding the brake pedal or finding the brake pedal or finding half of the brake pedal. They pitted again, and now Corey Carpenter leads on lap 18. Coming to the second restart of the day, they will take lap number 19 here at Daytona. Carson Clements still having issues on the restart, pulling to the inside. Maybe he wants drivers to go around him. Pace car is off. Carpenter, Wishart, and the 20 car, Stafford, 68 miles an hour. Green flag back in the air at Daytona. We are underway once again in the Daytona 125 with Carpenter leading. That is Furlong under the yellow line, I believe, in the FedEx car, as Wishart looks to the lead alongside Carpenter on the start. And that's Stafford behind Wishart, and Wishart has the lead in the number 32 Dodge, so he is looking to keep it as he goes up top to block Corey Carpenter. So Carpenter now looks to the inside with the 77 of Hitch behind him, and that is car 16 McClintock trying to take the lead. So Carpenter lost the lead for a moment, and now it's back in his possession, as coming to complete lap number 19 here at Daytona. We are almost 2/5 of the way through the race. Wishart in the 4th position, trying to take the spot away, trying to get the draft with Stafford, Furlong, and that's Tanner Smith, I believe, in the 13. Trying with Hardcastle, I believe that is, in the 96. Outside Carpenter. Down the back straightaway with Thomas Hitch behind him. Trying to get a run. One of the Pepsi Max cars. That's Kyle Riley. As the Pepsi Max cars, I believe those are not Holden's. I don't believe Holden is allowed in this series. It might be. I'm not even sure. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Carpenter leads with a 4-car breakaway with about a car length and a half. I believe that's Kevin Dwight in the 55. In the bottom groove trying to make a run. That's Spencer Rearick. Remember I told you he was waiting for everyone to die. Well, dying is the wrong word. He was waiting for everyone to crash way back on the start. And now he's sitting in P5, so a good run for Spencer Rearick in the Dodge car number 12. The Dodge, but that just sounds odd. Down the back straightaway, Corey Carpenter still trying to pull away, but he can't do it in car number 30, the Chevrolet Impala SS. As you see, many cars running the Impala or the Impala SS. A lot of nameplates in this race, as this is relatively old equipment, so you bought a car, you slapped whatever decals you wanted on it, as Dwight dives to the inside, slices to the inside to get to the bottom groove, but you buy a car, slap whatever decals you want on it, and come racing here at Daytona, and it's very, very fun to run on the plate tracks. We're almost halfway through the race here at Daytona, and looks like Xander Clements, Wishart on the apron, he saved it! Wow, Matt Wishart, what a save in car 32! I saw it out of the corner of my eye here in the commentary box, and he saved the car. What a save! So Hitch, trying. He's going to stay behind Corey Carpenter, I believe, until there's a massive accident or the last lap. As I believe there's racing back, as I was not informed of that on the first 2 cautions, and that's why we missed those shots. That's Clements hits the outside wall. That's kind of peculiar. He hits the outside wall. Hopefully there's no suspension or cosmetic damage. Otherwise, he's completely screwed at the plate track. Jumping to the inside's Mercurio. As we're focusing on the mid pack here, Jeff Johnson, Bronson Stafford, car 24. That is Cosmin Ionescu. As I'm going to lose track of all the Red Bull cars. 24 is Ionescu. 16 is McClintock. I saw on the entry list Ian Dowdy was in an 11 car, but I don't think he's here this race. Let me check the starting grid. No, he's not. As to the inside is Hardcastle with Dwight past Rearick for the 4th position. So the DLP HDTV Chevrolet Impala SS with the Napa Auto Parts Toyota trying to cut their way to the front. The outside is Smith. As from the pit lane, you see the pack snaking their way through the tri-oval here at Daytona. As Hardcastle trying to make a run on the bottom. The 3 cars in front of him have stayed there pretty much the entire race. As Hardcastle with Dwight, Riley, Stafford, and that's Carson Clements way on the outside, as a lot of these cars are bunched back up, as it was really fanned out in the beginning part of the race, but now they're really bunched up, and it's go time. Even though it's halfway, it's still go time, as it's really hard to pass here with this aerodynamic package, I've noticed, as Corey Carpenter has this race in control. Thomas Hitch in car 77 is in 2nd place as they come off of corner number 4 and down to the line. Nick Dawson drops to the inside there in, I believe that's the 17 car, in his very infamous Japanese anime cars. I don't remember the exact name. I'm sorry, Nick. All I know is it's Japanese anime. He really likes it, and it's a really nice car when he makes cars for that sponsor. As Hardcastle's still trucking on the outside, or inside rather, he's trying to get by the Goliath train that is run by Corey Carpenter. As smoke in the back, let's take a look. Nothing wrong. As we're going to take a look here at a couple cars in the back. Sabetka hanging out back. He might have an engine damage. We're coming to complete halfway. Crossed flags at the starter's stand. Lap 25 is now in the books, and Corey Carpenter is your leader. As we're getting closer to the end here, tempers are going to rise, patience is going to diminish, and everyone is not going to be happy as to how their position is, and they want to improve that as best they can. As we had a nice camera here in the backstretch, I've been waiting to use this all race long. As you see the pack roaring down the Daytona super stretch, past our camera position, and down into turn number 3. As Carpenter still leads, as to the inside Rearick, he looked, there's a 4-car breakaway on the outside. Well, it's not really a breakaway, they're just alone on the outside. And this is a really spotter-heavy track. The spotters get their money's worth, or they get their pay here at the super speedways, as all you hear in the radio is outside, outside, still there, outside, at your door, at your bumper, outside, outside, and you rarely hear the word clear unless you're the top four, or in this case Andrew Hardcastle, but not anymore. As Tanner Smith looked to make it 3 wide in the middle, but he thought better of it here on lap 27. As down the backstretch here at Daytona, you can connect with us on social media at Facebook, fb.me/Automotive Sports Network. Use the hashtag ASNTVUSA on Facebook, now that they enabled that. Twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, hashtag ASNTVUSA as well. And ASNTVUSA.tk for more information. As Corey Carpenter still leads here on lap number 28 of 50, looking to be 3 wide with Dwight, and that's Wishart, so let's go back there as patience is running low, as Clements, Riley, Wishart, they're all looking to get to the front, and only one of them can win and stand in that victory lane, as there's no podium here at Talladega. Andrew Schwartz on the inside in the Canadian Tire Dodge. He knows something's going to happen. 3 wide. That's Furlong with Riley, Bronson Stafford with Wishart, Dwight, and Hardcastle on the outside as well. Off of corner number 4 to complete lap number 28. We have had about a 10-lap green flag run. That's Jordan Buster in car 8 trying to get to the front. He sat on pole in this race. He wants to win the race as much as everybody else in this race. As we take a look at our timing and scoring, we have 37 cars on the lead lap and 36 in this main pack, as Mark Sabetka is in the back of the field. Fastest lap of the race, it doesn't matter, but we'll tell you anyway. Kevin Dwight, a 45.458 so far, and it's all pretty much the same time, as it's a big, gigantic pack. Top 5 are in their own line up front, as now Hardcastle looking to the bottom to try and get a run. As to the outside, McClintock, he was way up there, and we're getting more 3 wide action with Furlong, and I believe that's Clements, as the top 2 are trying to break away. They can't tandem, but they can certainly try, as Spencer Rearick with Hardcastle behind him. Furlong's blocking like a madman in front of Carson Clements in car 25, as Rearick with Hardcastle, apron again, Wishart. Will he save it this time? Yes, he does, as I originally thought he was possibly letting everyone by, but now he is not, as we're going to drop back here. Take a look as the car around upside down is Stafford, and a big crash in turn number 3 in the wall is Clements. Around is Dawson, Overland, Claybaugh, as around Wishart. That is Mercurio as well. So we are under caution here on lap number 30. And let's take a look at what just happened here in turn number 3 at Daytona. We're going to roll it back here and get a replay for you guys. And it looks like, let's take a look from the helicopter camera. Let's take a look here. And it seems like Stafford blocked Wishart, nearly flipped over, and 2 cars around, blocks the track. Stafford flips a couple times, and calamity ensues on the right side of the car. I believe that's Overland. No, that's Barbieri. Nice view of the Menards logo on that car. They're going to really like that advertisement. So let's take a look from on board Stafford's car. Car number 20, the Home Depot Chevrolet Impala SS. At what just transpired here, we're going to be on board the rear of the car at full speed. So here we go. Enjoy the ride, folks. So here we go, coming back to green on lap number 34 of 50 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Glad you can join us here in the Automotive Sports Network. I am Josh Mertz up here in the commentary box for the ASN crew here, as Corey Carpenter still leads after the 3rd caution of the race. Pace car pulls down, and we will have about 16 laps to go if my math is correct, as we are green here at Daytona, as Carpenter with McClintock now, so Thomas Hitchcock moved out of the way, and Malik Ray with, I believe that's Hardcastle, had a little bit of an interesting battle in the midfield. So the first 6 have broken away from the field, and they're going to try and keep it that way. But with a whole pack behind them, I don't think it will stay that way. Carpenter, McClintock, Smith, I believe that's Jeff Johnson, Spencer Rearick, and Cosmin Ionescu are the 6 cars that have tried or trying to pull away from the rest of the field. But if you can see there, Kevin Dwight is leading that pack, and they're pretty much single file, and they are trying to catch with the rest of the field. Coming off of corner number 4, McClintock looking to the lead. Will he? No, he doesn't, not yet. It's the inside Ionescu. Picked up Kevin Dwight, but it's only 2 cars. Xander Clements also there. Justin Melillo is looking with Jake Fisher. And I believe, let's go back here, that is Malik Ray. So they're trying to make their way to the front of the field. Has contact! Ionescu! He saved it! They're running through the grass, practicing rally, cross, everyone's okay. Nope, around goes Furlong! In corner number 3 is upside down! He saved it! Back out onto the track. Do the caution lights come on? Nick Dawson will clear him. We're waiting for the caution lights. Nothing. But we're going to keep... He's trying to burn out. Is he trying to cause a caution? Let's see. He gets back going. There is no caution. We are still green on lap 37. So we are still green, and it looks like in that panic he pulled down on someone and just ended up almost flipping himself. So that wasn't a very good thing. Top 6 breaking away once again, or at least they're trying to. Furlong crossing the line to complete lap 36. He's 3/4 of a lap behind after nearly flipping his car. So he's pretty much out of the equation unless they wreck again. And coming off of turn 4, Corey Carpenter has been the dominant car so far, and he's not going to be denied, with this lead inside Kevin Dwight, Fisher, and that's Ionescu. Ionescu bounced off the wall, and I don't know how he saved it, but he bounced off the wall and saved it. And he's trying to get back to the front of the pack. As Corey Carpenter leading with McClintock, Tanner Smith, Jeff Johnson, and the 12 car of Spencer Rearick, your top 5. Kevin Dwight with Jake Fisher on the bottom, with Ionescu and Hardcastle, and Smith hooked by Jeff Johnson, 3 wide. They saved it. That's why you don't want a tandem. Outside wall riding is Jordan Buster, as this has really shuffled the pack up, as now to the inside, it dropped Ionescu is there, but it reshuffled the pack, I should say. And now the top 2 are pulling away. It's Carpenter with McClintock. And closing is Dwight. It forced McClintock to the apron. Smith gets turned. He saves it, does he? Call around. It is Barbieri, and they're wrecking again. Out of corner number 2, around goes Mike that's Mike Campbell, excuse me, not Mike Johnson. That's Jeff Johnson. As Overland's around, caution is out once again, I believe. Caution lights. Yes, pace car is moving. The caution is out once again here at Daytona. So let's take another look at what just happened here. Coming to 10 to go. And Tanner Smith was out of the groove the entire time. So let's go up here to the front and look at what just happened here. So let's slow it down. He was side by side with, that's Jake Fisher in the 84, coming out of corner number 2, and Fisher pushed up right into Tanner Smith, and it sent him sideways, and he saved it, but everyone panicked, like they normally do when they see smoke, and it turned the 2 of Warren Rosario around, and Campbell got turned around, Overland got turned around, hit by Mercurio, and once again, varying levels of brake pedal were used as a close hit, or almost hit, for Mercurio and Sabetka. So here we go, going back to green, coming to 7 laps to go here at Daytona. Corey Carpenter still leads after pit stops. The 30 crew is unsponsored, but apparently they're the fastest pit crew on pit lane. So the pace car will pull off here, and we will go back to green with 7 laps to go. 14 miles, left to go. Or I messed up my math, but that doesn't matter. Green flag back in the air on lap number 44 here at Daytona. Or lap number 43, excuse me. My timing and scoring was messed up, so we now have taken 7 to go. As now, Fisher to the inside, trying to get by McClintock. It's 3 cars versus 2. This should prove beneficial in moving Corey Carpenter out of the way, but if those two get separated, then Carpenter is probably going to drop to the inside. Outside, Malik Ray with, I believe that's Malillo in the Pepsi car. And now the outside groove is overpowering the inside, which is pretty unfortunate because I was interested in seeing if these two would be dethroned because he's led the entire race. Side by side, McClintock with Fisher, Dwight with Ray, Hardcastle with Malillo, and Rurick with, I believe that's Schultz. Lap 44, 6 laps to go. In turn number 1, Corey Carpenter has led all of the race, I believe, here in the unsponsored number 30 Impala SS, as the outside has more cars than the inside. So this will prove beneficial, obviously, as the draft is a very important part in racing here at the SuperSpeedway tracks. So we have a bit of a camera issue there. I apologize for that. 3 wide in the back, it looked like, with Lawson. Is that Barbieri? No, that's Simons. And one of the Pepsi Max cars, Kyle Riley. And I believe I uncovered under the caution flag, those are Dodge Avengers. Thomas Hitch looking to the middle, following the famous Art Center quote, as he's bouncing off of cars and nearly stack the entire field up. That is not a good thing to do when there's 5 laps to go, so never mind, it's out the window. As Malillo, Malik Ray, Jeffrey McClintock, Corey Carpenter, your top 4, side by side, Jeff Johnson with Jake Fisher, as they are heading down the backstretch to start lap 46, and Fisher's around in the middle of the pack with Rurick, and this is going to stack him up. Around is Myers, Clements, as around is Hezzy Hardy, 23, Poole, and everyone's not using the brake pedal. Carson Clements plowing through. Barbieri sends Clements flipping. And what a wreck in turn 3. Caution out again. So this might set up a green-white checkered finish, and the smoke billowing from the Mountain Dew car of Xander Clements. So what a big wreck. So let's go take a look at what just happened in turn 3, and it looked like something involving someone blocking someone like it has been all race, and then a big crash ensues. So we're going to take a look from the helicopter at what happened here. And it looks like a misjudged bump from Dwight sent Fisher around in the middle of the pack. Rurick, Poole, Hezzy Hardy smashed on the brakes. Dawson doesn't hit the brake pedal and runs into Clements, who nearly flips. Around is Furlong, who once flipped. Hezzy Hardy gets tagged. Brake pedal is missed by Cosme Ionescu, and brake pedal is missed by Schwartz, who plows into both of those cars. And then there's a whole other group of cars as Jesse Barbieri misses the brake pedal, which is pretty shocking because I know he uses the brake pedal a lot. And this big mess was caused by a misjudged bump. So it's all come down to this. Nobody is pitted, and it's 2.5 miles. JSSD officials have said it's the green and the white flag, and then the checkered. So Corey Carpenter will lead Malik Ray, Jeffrey McClintock, Justin Malillo, Dylan Schultz, Kevin Dwight, Jeff Johnson, Thomas Hitch, Kyle Riley, Andrew Hardcastle, your top 10. 2.5 miles separate Corey Carpenter from the Taste of Gatorade in Gatorade Victory Lane. Pace car pulls off as he will lead the field down to the green and white flags together as we have 1 lap to go here at Daytona. Will Corey Carpenter get the victory, or will someone else take it from him? As Malik Ray is in second place, as it's going to take about half a lap for the cars to get going, as the restrictor plates are not going to play nice with the engines. Will Corey Carpenter lead them into turn 3? They have the long Daytona super stretch to find that out. Will McClintock follow Ray, or will he follow his buddy Corey Carpenter down the backstretch? Ray's finding a lane. He can't do it, as we have down the backstretch side by side McClintock with Ray. Carpenter looks to the outside. McClintock goes higher as they're 3 wide for the lead in turn 3. McClintock doesn't have any help. It's going to be Ray off of corner number 4. Schultz around, upside down to the fence is McClintock as they're going to come down to the line. Malik Ray is leading, coming to the line, at the line. Oh, wow. Malik Ray has it by inches as the field is dying past the start-finish line. As Justin Melillo got so close on the apron, as shaking in the commentary box I am, Carpenter finished third as we had a massive crash past the start-finish line. We had a wreck coming off of 4 and past the start-finish line. What a race! As we're going to take a look at what just transpired in turn number 3 coming to the caution flag. As wow, what a finish! As I was at a loss from words as I came to the start-finish line. As we're going to slow it down here massively. Coming to the line, or coming off of 4, Schultz in the middle with Dwight, and Dwight gives him a huge bump, it looks like. And then he pulls down into Hitch, turns him sideways in the middle of the pack, and poor Jeffrey McClintock meets the catch fence, and that's not a fun sight. As hard hit from McClintock into the catch fence. It did its job, though, kept the car inside the track. These 3 cars were around, and I'm confused as to how the field got stacked up, as they're all single file, so that ended there. And from the pit lane 1 camera, you'll pretty much see, as it looks like Simons got turned around, and then everyone just completely ignored the brake pedal and piled up past the start-finish line. Down the pit lane, it looks like, I couldn't see, it looks like one of the Matt Muir, but I believe he's in one of the Pepsi Max cars. So we're going to take a look on board the Red Bull car of Jeffrey McClintock, as he didn't have a very fun ride. He turned out to finish, I believe, in 25th spot, so not bad for McClintock. So we're going to go on board here, Jeffrey McClintock, and see what just transpired here at Daytona. So enjoy the very bumpy ride. So that was the wreck, and we're going to take another look actually at that finish, as that was pretty spectacular, as I was at a loss of words as they came to the start-finish line. So we're going to find it here. And Malik Ray is your winner here at Daytona. As here they are coming down to the line. You see everyone trying to avoid. Bouncing off the wall is Hitch, and that's what caused the wreck. He bounced off the wall onto Simons, and then that made, I believe that's Riley in the 62 come back up, and everyone just did not find the brake pedal. And coming to the line, ever so close, that is your finishing margin. Malik Ray in first, Melillo second, and Corey Carpenter in the third spot, with Hitch in the 4th position. So let's go through your results from Daytona. Malik Ray is victorious in a fantastic 3-wide photo finish over Justin Melillo and Corey Carpenter. Thomas Hitch, after instigating, you could say, the humongous crash coming to the tri-oval, finishes 4th. Gabe Herschel is in 5th. Brandon Lawson just misses out on the top 5 in 6th. Tyler Claybaugh, quiet run to 7th. Tanner Smith, after nearly crashing throughout the race, gets 8th. Kyle Riley is 9th. And Adam Simons slipped through the grass in the tri-oval and comes home with a top 10. 11th place is Mike Campbell. 12th place, Kevin Dwight. 13th, Matt Kemp. 14th, Brian Mercurio. 15th, Chris Overland. 16th, Mark Sabetka. Andrew Hardcastle, 17th. 18th is Cosme Ionescu. 19th, Andrew Schwartz. 20th is Carson Clements. 21st, Josh Moyers. 22nd, Warren Rosario. 23rd, John Poole. 24th, Doug Nice. 25th, Jesse Barbieri. 26th, Hezzy Hardy. 27th, Bronson Stafford. And 28th, Jeffrey McClintock, who was in the top 5 coming out of turn number 4, had a nice view of the catch fence and drops to 28th. Jeff Johnson, 29th. Dylan Schultz, 30th. And these drivers did not finish the race. Spencer Rurick was disqualified with about a lap to go. Vincent Furlong in 32nd. Nick Dawson had an electrical problem, apparently, in 33rd. Jake Fisher, 34th. Xander Clement, 35th, who had that big crash in Turn 3. Jordan Buster, 36th. Dylan Poteet, 37th. Matt Wishart, 38th. Mike Tellier, 39th. And Matt Muir had an ignition failure on lap number 2, and he finishes in the 40th position. So I want to thank you guys for watching the Daytona 125 for Jesse Superspeedway Dash. For more information, you can visit our Facebook page, fb.me/Automotive Sports Network. You can visit our Twitter, twitter.com/ASNTV_USA, and on Facebook and Twitter, use the hashtag ASNTVUSA. For more information, you can visit our site at asntvUSA.tk or email us at asntvUSA@gmail.com. So thank you for watching. I want to thank all of our ASN staff, from Randy Chinneth, our new director Sam Taylor, Victor Valley, Rob Peters, Dylan Livingood. I'm Josh Mertz. So long, everyone.